Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about being very careful regarding who you share the information about being narcissistically abused with. And why it's perfectly okay to not share your life details with people you consider to be friends. In my previous video, entitled, "If They Do Believe You, They Want Nothing to Do with the Situation," I mentioned how many normal healthy people don't know how to take this information in and will oftentimes back away from you as a friend if you share this type of stuff with them. Our problem becomes when this new or even long-time friend shares something very personal about themselves with us. So we almost feel obligated to share something personal back. I want to let you know it's okay to just listen. It's perfectly okay to not share anything with this person regarding your narcissistic abuse if you don't want to. It's okay to err on the side of caution and keep it to yourself. You see, oftentimes we might jump the gun, so to speak, and think, wow, this is a great friend that will understand, based on the fact they shared something personal with us. And by reading too much into this situation, we share this crazy stuff with this new or long-time friend, not realizing this person may not be a loyal friend and shares our information with others. Or they see it as a joke. Or they make fun of us with this information each time they see us. They might jokingly ask you about your mom and how she's doing, just because they know it will make you uncomfortable. Or they might just be a good person that doesn't know how to take this information. And like I mentioned in my last video, they quite simply just pull away from the friendship. You have to realize, it's okay just to be someone's hangout friend. It's okay to not bare your soul to each and every friend you meet. Don't feel like you have to justify yourself to everyone. I know I've felt that before and still struggle with it to this day from time to time. Well, we feel this way because instead of healthy self-esteem built up in us since childhood, we were always taught we were less than that had to explain everything in great detail. As if we were a liar and our narcissist parent or parents were the truthful ones holding court on us. I remember telling my mother when I was such a young child that I loved her so much, and asked her why she was putting me through such a hard life. Well, she treated me as if she didn't believe me when I said I loved her. Well, since I was a kid, I didn't know this was a trick of the narcissist, let alone even knowing what a narcissist was. This was to set the stage for when I ran into people like Susie. I bared my soul, because I felt like I had to weirdly justify myself. And I was looking for validation. Susie was then able to tailor her behavior to mirror what I was looking for in order to suck me into the perfect storm. A storm I didn't see coming, even though there were red flags everywhere. And I didn't see them because I was too busy looking for validation, and she and others knew it. You see, validation is the main thing we are all looking for when we share our stories. We are hoping someone says, "Oh my God, that's terrible. You are such a nice person. I can't believe that happened to you." And not only say it but mean it. But sadly, those that mostly have said these things to us were again narcissists that said what we wanted to hear at the time to suck us in. Then later took every nice word they said to us back and abused us. Now, does this mean that we will never be able to tell anyone our story? No, I think at some point we'll meet someone we have a deep connection with that will understand and that is caring. But you can't force it. Just because someone says they had a fight with their mother doesn't give you the green light to spill your guts about your narcissistically abusive upbringing. Because if this person is deep down inside a narcissist themselves, they will see you as fresh lunch to eat. So you have to be careful. And if they are a narcissist or other toxic person, one of their tactics is to share a fake story about themselves that seems personal, in order to get you to drop your guard and spill your guts. What I like to do is just listen and be nice. Then I like to see over time if their story matches their actions and what's going on I can see for myself. Also, I take into account, is this person a woman I'm dating, or is it just a friend I see once every now and again? Now, if it's a woman I'm dating, I would hope. Way. Down the line I might be able to tell her about my life. But not right away. I try to keep things very general about not having much family. Or I might say, unfortunately I don't come from the most tightest knit of families. Or I might say, I like to get to know someone better before I share my family information with them. This is the one I like the most. It establishes a very strong boundary and lets them know you must really get to know me. For me. Before you get to know anything else. I might follow up that statement with, nowadays you have to be careful with your information with new people you're getting to know. And I deem family information as being important. When they hear this, it will be hard for them to discern whether you come from a messed up family or an awesome healthy family. Because this answer suggests you take family very seriously. Now, should you be a complete shut-in? No. Not at all. I will share little things here and there about myself that will allow this new person to get to know me and my character of who I am. But spilling my guts about my crazy upbringing? No. Not at all. The good thing about doing this, you can really see a person and who they end up being over time. And there are plenty of people that I thought to myself, I'm so glad I didn't tell that person. But at the same time, you never know. You might meet someone that has genuinely gone through exactly what you went through. There are many YouTubers that talk about this subject that seem to be doing fine with a dating partner that has gone through the same mess. They have found someone they now can share their information with and they can validate each other. Now, when we talked about earlier regarding validation and how we all want it. And sadly, when we are narcissistically abused, do we rarely get it? It doesn't mean you will never have it. Because even for normal people it's something they need. But with normal people they get it almost as a default. Their parents validate them naturally and lovingly. Their siblings validate each other. So on and so forth. And because they have a strong family support system, they aren't looking for it in a stranger. Imagine you are a homeless person walking around begging for help. Wouldn't that be scary? Because how do you know someone is wanting to help you or take advantage of you? This is why you hear about the homeless and runaways getting taken advantage of all the time. Because they are looking for their basic life needs to be met by strangers. And the vampires come out looking to take advantage of them. Well, when you are looking for a basic need such as validation from a stranger, the worst can and usually does happen. Because you are walking around deficient in something. And the vampires lock into that. They figure out what you are needing and they give you a fake dose of validation to hook you and reel you in. Once you're hooked in and develop a bond, they start to abuse you. That's the worst case scenario. The most likely is they will look at us like we are a Martian and they will want nothing to do with us again. So what do? You don't walk around paranoid. But you have to still be cautious at the same time. Sharing your story about being narcissistically abused is a very serious thing. And it should be taken as such. Even though it's a horrible thing that happened to you. I want you to protect it like a precious gem. Make sure the small few that know about this gemstone you're carrying is worthy to view it and know about it. You know, it's sad to compare our abuse to a precious gem, but if we don't treat it as such, we'll share it with anyone that is willing to hear us. And we'll find ourselves left in the dust. Or getting used and scammed again by another narcissistic emotional thief. And I believe by protecting this stone, and at the same time getting out there and meeting lots of people, and having fun, you might be surprised. You might meet someone just like you. Someone that went through the same thing. And someone that can handle your gem with care. As you can handle theirs with care. Learning these important life skills is what I talk about when I say narcissistic abuse survivors must fix themselves. And unlearn the mess they've learned. So they can relearn healthy and normal behavioral skills. Because when we do that, the beauty of life will open up for us. And you know what? We deserve it. We really do, my friend. Like I always say, knowledge is power. The more we know, the more we can lead happy and healthy lives. Until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.